Relate with the Supreme for feeling secure, supported, and free.
All videos in this series are to help the turnaround process of the self, to bring everything in context. I will one more time say, turnaround, first part of living or journey through life is away from the point we left our source, and then we grow in an unawakened, unaware state. And there is nothing wrong to live or do things in half of the journey through life in an unawakened state. This is the phase, this is the stage in which we grow our mind structures and our learning by living in the physical world entirely. So this is also required. And the other thing is, why life is organized this way is that creation wants everything to happen when the self wills, out of willingness. The self has entered life with a free will. So unless the self develops a willingness to turn around, nothing is going to force it. So coming to the main point in this video, relate with the Supreme. In the first stage, very little need is felt for relating with the beyond. And when it is felt, then people relate with the beyond or what they cannot see by calling something God, an idea they form about some power that created and that can protect and that can support and help in times when human power is not enough to deal with the challenges that life poses. So God arose from such a need and such an idea or understanding. It did not arise out of any experience. It arose out of a need. Some people who did experience firsthand something in the beyond and they shared with others. The others changed it to an idea which they could have and use whenever the need for security or protection arose. But I in my process and in my journey through life have always related with the Supreme Source, with the Supreme Reality. It is not possible that anything arises from no source. And it is not possible that the source creates something and disconnects and does not support it, does not try to secure it, and does not try to grow it. This is against any reasoning. It is very hard to accept any such reasoning that there nothing exists beyond the physical reality, that it was a snap, a bang, and life appeared. There are feelings in life. There is such beautiful organization. There is constant support from somewhere people don't know. Unless we accept that there is some power, there is some power that created us and supports us and secures us, we cannot relate with it. Such a power can only become real to us if we first accept it. Some people accept it, but just accept it as an idea, as a religious idea. Which arose from someone else's experience, some mystics' experience. Every self has to personally and directly relate with the source. Otherwise, from where we started, the question, how do I find freedom, purpose and happiness, cannot be answered in the reality of life. Confusion will persist, nothing will change, we will keep searching without knowing. The search of science is different, it's from the opposite end, it's outward. It is outward in the sense that from what we know, we try to project, we try to explore into the reality beyond, and we are limited in our grasp, because even if we encounter a larger reality than we have experienced, we try to understand it from known knowledge. When I use the word the Supreme, I do not mean any power sitting like a king on a throne, or any power that is a being which can be pleased, which can be in any way related with like other human beings or things in the world, or can be entirely known, or can be concluded in our knowing or through our reasoning. That's not possible. Supreme word means what I am indicating. I am merely indicating some reality. I am not trying to define it. It's not determinate or definable. It's infinite. What I am trying to point at or indicate is that there is a supreme source, and it is much larger for the most grown mind to grasp, but it is relatable. It created us, it supports us, it secures us, it takes care of us. And without relating with it, fear cannot end, doubt cannot end. So unless fear and doubt end, we cannot get a true sense of freedom. And without a true sense of freedom, after growing some distance in life, we come to a point when fear and doubt start blocking our further growth. Because as we grow knowledge, we have to realize knowledge grows along with it doubt and insecurity also. When you know very little about reality, there are so many threats you don't know about. When you become, those threats become known, you want to defend against them. Everything you cannot defend against, it is humanly not possible. And then if you, from this properly reason, you should understand that all the threats that you have come to know when you grew your knowledge, there are many more which you don't know about, and they are infinite. Knowledge is infinite, so are the threats, so are the challenges which we will be posed when we live. So relating with the Supreme, our source, is essential. So again, don't infer, don't try to understand from my indication that I am trying to speak something which is like God of religion. It is nowhere near that. The Supreme which I am talking about, you can, even wherever you are at this time, you can experience within you, in your heartbeat, in your breath, in your intelligence, in your feelings, in your thoughts, in your creativity, in your surroundings, everywhere, in your relationships, in everything around you, like trees, birds, animals, whatever you can see or experience. Everything is created from the same source, by the same Supreme, which we should relate with from full awareness and willingness. That's what I mean. And I call it the Supreme. I could have just used the word Supreme because in my process, and this is very personal, in my process, I relate with this infinite source like I relate with anything that is finite. And I have been very effective in it, and been able to relate very deeply, and it has helped me throughout to live for against much larger challenges and grow much more beautifully than I could have if I had not related. So that's why I use the English article the Supreme Being, which then a little bit changes it into a noun and relatable. If I had left it at Supreme, it would just have meant an infinite quality or infinite qualities and unrelatable.